Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich, and this is your outlook for November 5th, 2014. And we're going to have a weak cold front that's going to move through the area today. Probably not touching off much in the way of precipitation at all. Just going to lead to more clouds than sun, we think, throughout the day here today. And this front, I just showed you this image here for Wednesday morning here, just so you can see what this front is. And it's very weak, and as it moves to the east here, it's really going to fall apart. And any precipitation that is with it should die off. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does see a passing shower here, but for the most part, it's going to disappear. This is the previous. This is in the morning here on Wednesday. Here's the next frame. You can't even see it. And so this really disappeared. I'm going to go over to the NAM high-res future simulator radar now. The NAM is actually showing maybe a pop-up shower here with this front, but you can see the whole idea here is this entire area here is under the clouds. It actually extends a little bit further than that as we begin on Wednesday morning. So we're talking about more clouds than sun on Wednesday with the front in close proximity, but because it is so weak, we're not expecting precipitation except in very isolated cases. As we get a little bit further in time here, we're going to have a system up here in the Great Lakes that is going to actually move a warm front through the area here, and along that warm front will be some enhancement of some rainfall, and I think that comes through in the overnight hours after, say, we'll call it after midnight on Wednesday night, and then at least the first half of Thursday. And it doesn't look like much here with this warm front moving through, but then we get some rain activity, and then as the cold front itself is pushed through, we'll have a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that'll be in the late afternoon and evening across, especially across PA. As we get into the future simulated radar again, I want to move forward in here. I'll show you what I'm talking about a little bit better here. This frontal boundary weakens, and we probably remain mostly cloudy. We'll see some breaks of sun, I think, in some areas in the afternoon, but I do think we have the opportunity for that clouds to start to increase again as we get later in the evening, and especially as we get to late evening, and then we get into about midnight or so. You can see this rain just coming in from the south here. This is overspreading our area from southwest to northeast, and it actually gets pretty steady and in some cases heavy. That'll be best chance for that will be after midnight through early Thursday morning, and we're talking about like an 8 to 10 time frame for this rain to shut off Thursday morning. So this won't be an all-day event. The rain shuts off, and it looks like it's going to be done for most of the day, and most of the day will be. Lunch hour should be fine. As we get into late afternoon and into early evening, we're going to have these scattered showers, and thunderstorms are going to pop up here that could, this is in association with a cold front moving through, and this will pop some thunderstorms across, mainly just across Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania here, and you can see these showing up here on the simulator radar. This is actually looking at 7 p.m. So again, not a big deal with these storms here, but you will have the opportunity for thunderstorms later in the day. But you have to have that long break between the morning hours once the rain from the overnight shuts off. Still, we're going to remain mostly cloudy through the day, but we'll have those peaks of sun in some areas that could help initiate some of those thunderstorms here in the late afternoon and evening hours on Thursday. So this system is going to move away, and then we're going to have some again a tight pressure gradient here on Friday, with these the isobars in close proximity to one another here. So you're going to have some breezy conditions, not exceptionally windy, but it will be breezy enough, wind sustained in the 12 to 20 range, so with higher gusts. So you will have some gusty winds to contend with, and then this will move away. So Saturday should turn out to be a nice day, mostly sunny, high pressure just to our south. You see the isobars are not on top of each other at all, so we're not dealing with any wind concerns. It will be chilly on Saturday, but it still will be a nice day overall as far as sky condition and in terms of no precipitation. So we move into Sunday. Here's going to be our next system. This is a cold front moving through, and this is a look at Saturday night. Here's your cold front back here. As this moves to the east here, there's going to be an area that we're watching off the coast here that may try to team up with this cold front, and depending on the timing of this front here and how quick this system is here, it may allow for an area of low pressure to move along that front here late in the weekend. Verdict's still out on that. The GFS is the most aggressive of that currently, and yesterday was the European model. They kind of flipped around, and the European model is going away from that idea where it's just a passage of a cold front here, and actually pulls it through early Sunday with a cold front. So As we get into here's your system to the south here, it just doesn't get up here in time on the European model, when it just heads out to sea at this point because the front is already offshore. GFS is bringing that front a little bit less progressive with that frontal boundary, which is a little strange because the GFS is the one that likes to hurry things along and is the most progressive. So we'll have to keep an eye on this later in the weekend and see how this affects our weather for Sunday. Really, with model disagreement and the models all over the place, it's really hard to make a call on that. But then we're going to be what we're going to be watching for next week here. A very powerful system here moving through the upper Midwest could bring some snow here for places north of Chicago, up by Green Bay, all the way up into central Michigan. Could be some significant snows, significant winter snows. This is going to have a very powerful cold front with it, and then as it moves through the northeast here, and this is going to be what's going to bring in this huge trough as we get into the 12th and 13th, the middle of next week. There's going to be absolutely huge trough sitting over here over the eastern United States. It's going to head pretty far south, and there's going to be some very, very chilly air. This is all a byproduct of Super Typhoon Neri, which is out in the, of course, out in the Pacific, in the process of recurving, and that recurving is going to send a ridge out west, and it's going to get this big trough in the east here. This is going to be a byproduct of that recurving. And so we're going to have some very cold temperatures here, it looks like, for this time of year. And I'm talking about temperatures that will be stuck in the 30s in some locations for highs. So I mean, it's going to be quite a shock. And I say some locations, obviously it's going to favor areas further north. I think down towards the the major metro areas of Philadelphia and such. We're probably not going to get that cold, but it's going to be a very chilly temperatures. Normal highs for this time of year. You're talking about mid to upper 50s, and if you're talking about temperatures stuck in the 30s, obviously that's quite a shock in temperature. So we'll examine that as we get a little bit closer. But right now, it looks like we're in for a very chilly pattern as we head into at least the middle of next week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. That's your outlook for November 5th, 2014. Have a great Wednesday.